Hey out there in YouTube land, this is another installment of your Daily Now. As you know, I'm doing a mini-series, All Men Are Dogs, and this is part two. In this part two, I'm going to give you ladies some tips on some training tips so that you know how to train your dog. Okay, so as you recall, we're already making the assumption that men are dogs. We're not questioning that in part two. In part three, we will challenge that assumption. But for now, in part two, let's just go with it and assume that all men are dogs. So if you find yourself in a relationship, well, then obviously it's with a dog because all men are dogs. Okay, so you got to learn how to properly train your dogs. And if you have questions afterwards, just send me an email or just make a comment and I'll be sure and respond to your comments. Okay, so the first thing to keep in mind is that if you're going to go out to a dog pound and get a dog, or you find a stray dog somewhere, what kind of dog do you want? You got to be able to recognize a good companion when you see one. And the only way to do that is to know yourself. So you got to know yourself. You got to know what you like, what your strengths and weaknesses are, and work on your weaknesses, because dogs like to have strong owners. They don't want a weak owner with no confidence. Okay, if you want your dog to feel confident, you must be confident in yourself. Otherwise, you're going to attract the wrong kind of dog. All right, so one of the important things that a lot of dog owners forget, they expect their dog to behave naturally and just do what they think their dog should do, but it doesn't work like that. Dogs act according to their nature. They need some training. Okay, so you can't train them if you don't communicate. You got to communicate clearly. Your dog cannot read your mind. Okay, you got to let your dog know exactly what you want, exactly what you're feeling, so that they know. Don't get mad if they don't know. Don't yank their chain. Don't yell at them. Don't kick them. Don't curse them. No, you have to let them know. All right, so you got to work on your communication skills. All right, I know a lot of dog owners think their dog should know what they want or should understand how they feel. Well, fact of the matter is, they're dogs. They don't know. Okay, and probably you'll be the one that will, if you have a decent dog to work with, a dog with a good heart that's just been led astray by previous owners, then you'll have to deal with those issues and recognize what the effects are, and recognize certain behaviors that need to be corrected. So you need constant correction of your dog, and you got to give your dog feedback. All right, don't be lax and allow bad behavior to creep in. All right, you got to be consistent. One thing dogs love is consistency.